Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk through my current favourite things. I haven't done one of these videos for 5 months. I thought it'd been about 3. In my mind's eye I kind of want to do these quarterly these days, but 5 months, that's a long time. I thought I would talk through the things that I've been loving. There seems to be a very warm and cozy self-care vibe going on with what we have here. Without further ado, let me chat through the things that I have been loving. So first of all, I have a cream eyeshadow, which I have on my eyes right now. This is by Glossier. This is their Skywash in Valley, which is their more like peachy colour. I would say the past couple of months, this is what my go-to has been. It would have gone up before this, but I've been editing it today. I filmed all about all of my thoughts and feelings on Glossier products, and I talk about this one, how much I like it. This is my favourite colour. I have 2 of them. I also have Terra, but I personally prefer Valley. I just think it's really, really nice and light. It works really well with eyeliner. I personally have been pairing it with a glitter on top if I'm feeling extra fancy. I don't feel like I've told you what this is. It is a sort of more sheer liquid eyeshadow. I still do use a eye primer just because I find eye primers work really well for me, really help with the longevity, even though this is a liquid product. And I like to buff this in with like a fluffy brush, like kind of think your MAC 217s. My view on it is I'm trying to go for like nonchalant glitter. If there is such a thing, that is the vibe that I am going for when I pop this glitter on top. So I've been loving this as an eye situation. This is also really nice on its own as well. Now, bold claim, this is my favourite beauty launch this year, I think. I really was just thinking about it and I'm like, this is the product that has really exceeded my expectations. So this is by Beauty. This is their under eye corrector and I use the colour light medium. Looks a little like this. If I do have any issues with discoloration on my face, it would definitely be my under eyes. I have naturally hereditary dark under eye circles. It doesn't matter if I have 10 hours of sleep or 2, they are there to stay. And whilst I have accepted that that is part of my face, I just consistently look tired, I have tried a lot of these type of under eye corrector products, from ones that are like really gnarly, that are like deep orange, to ones that are peachy leaning like this, which are less like in your face and like correctory. This is by far the best one that I have ever tried. And I've tried a good handful of them. What I like about this is, despite it not being that like really bright orange colour, it's so brightening under the eyes. Like, it's absolutely wild. And I really think the texture of it really lends itself to an under eye product. I think sometimes, due to it kind of, I don't know, being more like serious makeup with a corrector, sometimes it can be really a bit more maybe thick, a bit more like matte and dry. But actually, like, when you think about the under eyes, I don't want a really like matte and drying product under there. It'll just make it look more like parched and dry, and it's like an area that you can really tell if your under eyes are dry. So this has, I don't know if you'll be able to see, like, it's not dewy by any stretch of the imagination, but it has a slip to it, it has a shine to it, and I think it just lends itself to being like really easy to apply. First and foremost, I just use my fingers, dab dab dab, job's a good one. It also like lends itself to the area on your face that it is for. I find it's just absolutely wonderful. I have used this every single day that I have worn makeup since I got it. So moving on, one thing that I have been, and I'm sure a lot of us have been doing, is washing our hands loads. So I personally do like creative stuff with my hands, and I also work in hospitality, so my hands have been like taking a pounding from like being washed for well over a decade at this point. But then obviously the added hand washing, extra precautions with coronavirus has meant that my hands have been really in the wars. So I have been trying to look after them a little bit more. I do go through phases of like using hand cream regularly. What I'll typically do is I'll like have hand cream in my bag and like use it up and then kind of never really replace it. Not because I hate hand cream or anything like that, it's just because I'm lazy and forgetful. Ding! But anyway, I've been trying to take better care of both my hands and my nails. So let's start specifically with hands. I have the 2 Beauty hand creams to talk about. Here they are. So this is the Super Retinol Anti-Aging Hand Cream. So I put this on in the evening. Retinol's best to be used at night. Yeah, it says specifically to use it each evening and follow with sunscreen the next day, because it's got retinol in that can make you more sensitive to the sun. So it is worth noting that if you do use retinol anywhere, you should also use sun cream as well. So what I'll typically do is I will like rub the sun cream that I've put on my face on the backs of my hands as well, just to make sure that, you know, we're not damaging my hands even more. Basically doing the opposite of what I want. Retinol is, I believe, the only ingredient that has been clinically proven to reverse aging. I really enjoy it. I use this at night. It's not too thick, it's not too sticky, it's not too gross. What I also really like about putting hand cream on right before I go to bed is that it kind of stops me like dicking about on my phone or my iPad, because I'm easily distracted. So I've gotten into the habit of like putting hand cream on, like massaging it in, having my Headspace sleep cast playing, this on, jobs are good in, and then off into a wonderful sleep with luscious hands. I do also have their Plantastic hand cream. This is effectively one that you can use for day. What I would like to see is them bring out a hand cream with SPF, so that's kind of like a partner product with the Retinol one. I guess that would be my only bugbear with this product, is because I think if they just put some SPF in it, like that would totally make sense and also be really protective, and then you'd use both in tandem. Anyway, I would say this is actually a little bit thicker than the Retinol one. I would say it's got like, yeah, it's got shea butter in it. It is a little bit thicker, but it's not like too gross or anything like that. It's just a really nice comprehensive hand cream. And as I said, I've been trying to look after my hands, and I feel like this has been helping with that. This is just a PSA. Use some hand cream, man. Self-care. I did also mention my nails. So again, we've got Beauty products. I feel like I'm all over the shop, aren't I always? Basically because of my job, I can't really like paint my nails, but shh, if you don't tell my boss, I know I won't. Past few weeks, I have been using Beauty's top coat and base coat just on my nails, just to make them look a little bit nicer. Like, I have always been like super duper gross with my nails. Like, I don't know if you can see, but I've got dirt under them and all this stuff, and it's just, I don't know, it's just an extension of self-care. Like, I'm taking care of myself and others around me by using anti-bac on my hands and washing my hands quite a lot. So I also want to take some time for me and put this stuff on. So anyway, these are, as I said, the top coat and base coat. So they have the WonderLayer base coat and the UV FlexiGlass top coat. I would say, if we were to pick one, the top coat definitely has a lot more sheeny shininess to it. Like, the shine on my nails is definitely coming from the top coat, whereas the base coat, I believe, is to help things better stick. On a Sunday night, I will like probably like clean out my nails, like shape them a little bit, and I've been popping these two on them, and it lasts the vast majority of the week. In perfect honesty, I think because I haven't got a colour, it's not necessarily noticeable, which I also quite like. You know, if I'm like really looking at it, I can, yeah, see a few chips, and today is a Thursday. But for the most part, it's pretty good. And they both dry really quickly as well. I think they work really well together. Let's go to the bath, shall we? I have been taking so many baths recently. It is definitely bath season, and I just feel at the moment, I really liked leaving my phone like in my bedroom, in my kitchen, wherever, and going into the bath. I like to just kind of like shut off a little bit from the world and shut the bathroom door, run myself a nice hot bath, and kind of lock the world out for an hour or two. My housemate is always like, how do you sit in the bath for 2 hours? Is it still warm? It is. I run a piping hot bath. But anyway, so I wanted to talk through the bath products that I've been using. Heads up, none of them are fancy, don't have any bath bombs to talk about, which those are super fun, don't get me wrong, love a good bath bomb, but these are like products that I just have on hand, which I think are good. Because it's a favourites video. Anyway, so let's start off. I do put a little bit of essential oil in my bath. This is some lavender essential oil. I think I got this whole bottle for a tenner, and this has lasted me such a long time. It just smells so good. It's just really, really calming. I really do like lavender as well. I literally go blah, 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 and that is probably around 6 to 8 drops. This brand is Aura. I literally can't even remember where I got this from, I've had it so long. A nice essential oil in whatever scent that you like, 6 to 8 drops in the bubble bath. I do also have some Castile soap. This again is in lavender. So this is what I use to wash my makeup brushes, but also recently I've been running it under the tap whilst the tap is running and filling up the bath. And again, it gets a more layered lavender smell. I like to have a bath before bed, and again, lavender is very good for that. So I'll just, yeah, run a little bit of this under, effectively use it as bubble bath, because if I use this just for brushes, this will literally last me eons. And I mean, it still lasts me eons now. You can get an even bigger bottle than this one. And maybe it's not the most exciting bath, like it's not bright purple with like fizzes or whatever in it, but it is super nice and I am a fan. And last but not least, your girl has been down to Home Bargains and I found WestLab there. So these are the reviving Epsom salts. I've actually only just used these once. I used these 2 days ago when I cracked this open. I do really enjoy WestLab salts, bath salts in general. These are the Epsom ones. I did also pick up a Himalayan pink salt one as well. But I just wanted to say, PSA, you can get these for like dirt cheap at Home Bargains, which I didn't realise that you could do. I got 2 bags this size, these are kilogram bags, which should last you like 4 to 6 baths each, I think. And I got them at Home Bargains for like half the price that you would pay in like Holland & Barrett or a health food store. So if you like bath salts, check out your local Home Bargains. That's all I've got to say on that one. So I've really been enjoying those. Oh, one thing more to set the mood. So, love a candle. I've been talking a lot about Beauty Pie. I mean, I've been talking a lot about Beauty Pie for the past couple of years, but I recently got this. This is like a 20-hour candle. This is their Bahia Miel scent. Bahia Miel? Keep saying it, Alice, then I'm sure it'll be right. This is so fucking good. It smells amazing. I bought the like little coffret sexy candles for myself, you know, really setting the mood in tier 3. Woohoo! I immediately was like, you should have just gotten the big candle of this one. The other two smell nice. This one smells phenomenal. Oh my fucking god. I literally cannot tell you. In fact, I'm getting one of my friends this. He's recently moved house. I'm getting the big one for him for his Christmas present. Spoiler alert if you're watching, Mitch. I don't know how to describe notes or anything like that, but I just think it's really like nice and warming and tasty, and it's great for this season, but also all around. It just smells like a sexy man in a candle, and I'm here for it. So I wanted to move on to the part that I wish to call Welcome to Snuggletown, Population U. So, as I'm sure we're all aware, we've been wearing a lot more loungewear than usual, and I just want to let you know that I have prized these things off of my body to show you, which if that doesn't make me a professional YouTuber, I don't know what does. Anyway, so I wanted to show you a few bits and bobs that I have been enjoying in this time where we're spending more time at home and it's getting cold and you want to stay nice and snuggly. These are a few snuggly buggly things that I wanted to share with you. One of them's over here. Let me just go grab that one. Do you know what? I'm fairly certain I put these in a favourites at the beginning of the year, but it still stands true. I'm still using them. So these are some slippers. I got these for Christmas last year. Now, slippers, I think, you know, preference is personal. I'm a big fan of the more shoe type slipper. So these have got a hard bottom, fluffy insides, and go all the way round. I know some people would prefer literally a slipper. I know the internet is going crazy for ones that have open toes at the moment but are made of fluffy materials. Have a little think. I used to diss the slipper, I have to admit. My mum has always worn slippers my entire life. She has summer slippers and winter slippers, and I always ripped into her for wearing slippers. I'm like, what are you, 80? Well, at the grand old age of 27, I have seen the light. Why let your feet be cold when they don't have to be? Honestly, if you get a nice comfy pair of slippers, you know, you can get the ones that look like Ugg boots, but whatever slipper, just really keep your tootsies warm. In fact, I'm now going to put these on. 11 out of 10 recommend a pair of slippers. These are from a brand called Joe and Joe, but you know, whatever slippers work for you are ones that I would recommend. So talking more clothing, you know, going into the fashion realms, here's a pile of black. I think these are my favourite. These are my newest discovery in Snuggletown. And it is these joggers. These are from ASOS. These are the Petite skinny jogger. I will link them down below. I'll write the right name down below. But what I love about these is they have a cuff at the bottom, like a nice big cuff on your ankles, so it keeps all the heat in, and they are sort of like more of a slim fit. They're a good thickness, so they're not like super duper thick and fluffy, but they're also like not like paper either. They're on the thinner side of things, but I think they're just brilliant. I think particularly because it's got a thick waistband and the cuffs at the bottom, it keeps the warmth in. They're super duper comfortable. They don't have pockets. That's the only issue, I would say, is they are sans pockets, but they're also like smart enough to wear to the shop and like nobody would bat an eyelid, because they are more of a slim fit. They're not like completely tight to the body. They're not like leggings, but they're like really between joggers and leggings. They are a comfortable mix in between. And I have worn these to the shops and then slept in them that night. Like, I have been absolutely living in these to the point where I think I'm gonna get another pair. So I'm like between a 10 and a 12 depending on the items. I did go for a 12 in these simply because I did want a comfort side of things, but also, again, as I said, petite. So I think because they fit me properly as well, that's another reason why I'm like, I'm comfortable going down the shops in them. It doesn't look like I'm wearing pajama bottoms or like something that, like my boyfriend's joggers. I'm wearing joggers that fit me, and they're super duper comfy. Put them with a big jumper on. If you pop them around a mate's house, if you're allowed at some point, just Really nice joggers, really a big fan, and as I said, I think I'm gonna buy myself another pair. Also from ASOS, I didn't realise how much I wore it until my brother was like, you live in that, and I'm like, yes I do. So this is, I don't know if this is still available, I got this at the beginning of the year I think. It's a kimono style jumper, and it's like a nice thickness. It's not like super duper thick. Oh, it's just so cozy, and it's like, ooh, it's a fun kimono style. Who needs buttons? Not Alice. But then, oh wait, hello. Am I in a dressing gown outside? Bitch, I might be. So cozy, so comfortable, would 11 out of 10 recommend. Literally it's like an outside, slightly chic cardigan. Wait, dressing gown. Literally, it's basically a chic dressing gown that you can wear outside. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that? And also, like, you can like straight up look like Stevie Nicks, wear a floral dress underneath and wear one of these like, boom, I'm Stevie Nicks and I'm comfortable. Hey. Does it look like I'm wearing a nightie and a dressing gown? Potentially. Am I really comfortable? Yes. These are the things that you need to think about. The last pit stop in Snuggle Town, oh, is one of these. I love this blanket. I know I've put this in a favourites video before, but I feel like now is the perfect time to remind you how brilliant these blankets are. I got this, again, I think maybe this was a Home Bargains buy. It's like this synthetic, fluffy, fleecy, massive blanket. This is like the size of a double duvet, and I love this. I love this for like if it's just like in the evening, I can just like pop it over my legs and stay nice and warm. I also sleep under this. Did you know? I know, I'm a fountain of knowledge. Are you ready? I'm gonna give you a fact. Did you know that if you ever get offered one thick blanket or two thin blankets, you should go for two thin blankets, because the heat stays in between the sandwich of them, so you'll actually be warmer with two blankets because of the heat sandwich. And so with that science, I sleep with this as well. So it's not only is it like, I mean, it's maybe not the most chicest blanket you could ever have owned, but it's nice enough, and I pop it at the bottom of my bed. Once I make my bed, I'll like snuggle into it in the evening, and then in the night time I will put it under my duvet. So I only have a standard duvet, like I don't have a winter duvet and a summer duvet. I've got like a middle of the road tog. So for me, like particularly in the colder nights, I also sleep right by a sash window, which is single glazing, so gotta stay warm. I will put this underneath my duvet and sleep under it, and it's because it's soft and cozy and so warm. And I think this was like a tenner, dude. Honestly, one of the best £10 I've ever spent in my life. I feel like I look like Lenny Kravitz. You know when he wore a big scarf? There we go. She's warm. Love it. Nailed it. Got it. She's got it. She's got it! In fact, I'll go get my coat right now, baaaaby. And I'm back. So, I'm going to take this off because I'm actually pretty warm. So if for whatever reason you need to venture out of Snuggle Town, I also got a coat recommendation. So this coat I got from New Look, and it's vegan. I think it's all cotton. I did check. Anyway, so this is, I've been really wanting either like, I love these sort of like long knee-length coats that are like a little bit more tailored and a little bit more smart. I really do enjoy those. I have a camel one from Warehouse, which I wear all the time, but I wanted something that was, I was looking at either a dog tooth or a herringbone, and I ended up on the herringbone because this one was a really good price point. So this coat is my winter coat, and it is like super duper comfortable. Like, it's a really nice size. I forget what size I got this in. I got this in a 10 because again, it does have an oversized fit, and me getting a 10, it still has that oversized element to it, but I'm not like drowning in it because I am petite. Sometimes I find oversized literally looks like I'm like wearing my dad's clothes and I'm 6. So I wanted something that was a little bit more cinched in, a little bit more, like I wanted oversized but not too oversized, you know what I mean? Like I can't rock the big, because also because I've got big tits as well. That's I get boob 10, it's a whole thing. Anyway, so this this coat is really, really nice. As I said, it's like a really good price point. I think I got it with a discount and it was like £45, which for like big, nice coat is super, as I said, super duper comfortable, super duper easy to move in. I find I can wear like a jumper underneath it as well, again, because it has that oversizedness to it. There we go, that's a little bit smart. I've got my keys in here. Face mask, anyone? Ooh, actually, that's a segue. I wanted to mention my favourite face mask as well. I didn't even plan that. Before I move on to that, this coat, would really recommend. I really do like the herringbone as well. Like from far away, is she wearing grey? No, it's a pattern, but you can like wear it with like checked trousers, which you know I love. Super duper love this. Favorite face mask, this one here. It is, again, an ASOS special. You can get them in packs of 1, 3 or 5. This elastic, I think like once you've worn it a couple of times, it really does stretch out so it's not uncomfortable. It's not like too tight to my mouth. These are my favorite ones, so I might actually get some more of these as well. Super duper comfortable. Oh, I've washed this recently as well. It smells like my fabric softener. Anyway, yeah, super duper comfortable. Really do like these masks. Would recommend to a friend. I have got a couple more things to talk about. These are a little bit more miscellaneous. If for whatever reasons you have never watched Gilmore Girls, autumn winter is it's just like such an autumnal comfortable show. But do you know what? I found out a fun fact. Apparently a lot of people who were like in the Iraq war used to watch Gilmore Girls because it reminded them of home and it's warm and fuzzy, and like people say that somebody said to me that nothing ever happens in that show, which is rude and not true, but it's my favourite show. I've spoken about it so much. It's my favourite. I really think you should watch it. I've started it from the beginning and I love it so much. I have a mug that I want to talk about. I featured this mug in a vlog when I got it. And actually I also featured in another vlog a pot that I made where this was the idea behind it, the inspiration. There we go, that's the word I was looking for. This is from Wilko of all places. It was a couple of quid. It's really nice. And the reason I wanted to mention it is like I know Christmas is around the corner and I think actually a really nice, it's massive as well. You can have like a big cup of coffee or a big tea in it, nice and warm. Everybody loves a good mug, but like this mug isn't one of those mugs that looks like it's like a reindeer or anything like that. It's like you can use it all year round. Looks chic as hell, and you could like put some like chocolates, some fun stuff, hairbands, beauty products, whatever in it. Fill it up with like little tidbits, kind of like make yourself like a friend or a family member, like a little stocking, but in a mug rather than a stocking because it'd be, you know, a little bit more purse friendly. Anyway, I just wanted to mention it. This mug's the tits. I'm a big fan. Anyway, I did also want to mention, this is maybe like the wrong time of year to mention this, but these are some 35mm prints. Fun fact, when I was like 16, 17, I was obsessed with the whole like toy camera movement, like the whole like lomography situation. I have so many film cameras, so many 35mm cameras, like so many. Part of the reason that I fell out of love with it is because it's always, I mean it's actually really sunny today, but in the UK it's always pretty grey, and I was just like coming out with like shit films because it was really, really grey. And I didn't want to spend more money on better film. Anyway, basically I was too poor to do it, is the short answer. I was 16, 17. However, when I moved, I found a disposable camera that I bought when I went to Germany, maybe in 2018, and I was like, hey, it's the summer, it's a little bit more bright, let's finish this camera up. And like I'd already started it, so. And like what's really frustrating is one of my New Year's resolutions to myself was to take more pictures of people rather than things, but like I got like a fun one. There was some like ice cream. I just basically, I think like, here's me and my friends like on the waterfront in Bristol in the summer when we were allowed out. Isn't that exciting? Here's me with a pasty on the beach. Anyway, I just like, I took it around, I had it in my bag this summer and I really enjoyed it. So I know that film cameras are having a little bit more of a resurgence recently, which I think is really cool. I feel like I really like the duality of like lots of things, like you're seeing it with music, like using streaming services and buying vinyls, and I think the same is happening with photography. Like everyone can be a photographer because they've got a really great camera on their phone, but then also like film and prints are having more of a resurgence. I really do like that. Why not have both? Why not eat cake, you know? I think that is everything from me today. I hope you have an absolutely fabulous day, whatever you're doing. Subscribe if you haven't. Let's be friends. Let's hang out again soon. I look forward to it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!